Good morning. Well, we're here to kick off another week of trading in Australia, and we are expecting a positive start, and that's after the US markets and European markets closed higher on Friday. The Aussie markets also did well, even though we were trading in the midst of the start of the new tariffs that came into effect between the US and China on their imports. Now, this is going to be an ongoing saga. I wouldn't say it's off the front page of newspapers, but it is something that probably will take a bit of a back seat this week as we start to look at other items that are going to come through. It's a big week for the geopolitical concerns, with the fact that we have Donald Trump, who is going to be meeting with NATO. Later this week, we have Donald Trump as well in the UK, and then moving on to meet Vladimir Putin as well in Finland on Sunday. If we have a look at the close of the US markets, we did see that the Dow was up around 100 points, the Nasdaq also a 102-point gain, or a 1.3% lift, really boosted by the fact that we had a lot of momentum coming into the healthcare sector, better than expected job numbers coming through in the States as well, leading the charge. We did see in the month of June, we had 213,000 jobs being created when the market was looking for around 200,000. We also saw the unemployment rate ticking up from that 3.8%, which was undoubtedly a very low level, and a lot of people said they couldn't live there for long. Well, we're back up at 4% in the US, but good money and good jobs going back into the manufacturing sector, with around 36,000 jobs being created over the period. Now, if we have a look at what else was happening in the US, we saw Biogen coming through, seeing their share price rallying higher on expectations that the positive results coming through from their Alzheimer's trial will mean that there is going to be success ahead. We also saw a fair bit of money going back into the industrial stocks, which was a surprise, and the technology sector still yet again outperforming the rest of the market. The banks are a little bit quiet, but we must remember the banks are going to be coming out with their earnings. We kick off the US reporting season later this week, and the earnings coming through from JP Morgan Chase and Citigroup are on Friday. And as I mentioned, there's a lot of geopolitical risk being thrown into the mix, as well as inflation data coming out from the US and also China this week, and also an update coming through from the Federal Reserve by the end of the week to watch out for. So setting us up today, the Australian market is set for around a 20-point gain at the start of trade, and we have seen a lift coming through in the Australian dollar, which is back above 74 US cents at around that 74.30 US cent mark.